Oh, yeah.
What's the problem?
What are you doing? What are you doing? Your civil rights?
You don't want people to know what's going on here?
Civil rights, you're right. Who's telling us to remove them? Is somebody live streaming?
I got it.
Thanks, please.
Censorship.
Why don't you answer his question? He's asking you why you're taking the mics down. Speak up.
I don't know. I didn't order them to take it down. I didn't. We did it. I didn't like it.
Officer Sher, Lieutenant Sher. Who gave you the...
Lieutenant, answer the question. Why did you take the mics?
I can't hear you. Yes, speak into the mic.
The meeting hasn't started for the microphones to be on.
Why is the microphone? Why is that taken down?
So you're going to go down with this shit.
To ask you to take it down?
I believe the microphones that are there from the tasks that they're doing on the day is the officer, Lieutenant Shear, has to be removed. Why the day?
Why?
Why?
We need you to reiterate. We have
when the meeting starts, though, there are the microphones that will be on as soon as the meeting commences, which will be recorded as well. The microphone after we're going to hear.
They are not appointed to any position. They must be removed. We need a gavel. Because there was a public concern expressed about the exits of this building. First of all, I want to assure you that this building is a safe building. It is not suppressed, does not have a sprinkler system. However, it has a state-of-the-art alarm system, and if smoke is sensed anywhere in the building, the alarm will go off. And believe me, you will know it, because it's intended. This room. Now, since all of us are human beings, we probably all want to do what we would do anyplace else, and that is go out the way we came in.
Just let him finish.
the fire marshal to continue.
Guys, let the fire marshal talk.
This is a safety issue. Officers,
There's 4 exits. The 2 that go immediately outside are right here on the sign. If you go out them, that alarm will sound. All it does is make noise. It just announces that you're leaving. It's not a problem. You shouldn't be afraid to go out there. It goes directly outside. The other 2 exits are in this corner. You go to the left, and the other one is the way you come in. Thank you. Thank
thank you, Mr. Babcock.
Look at this.
Officers, watch the words. Put it up there.
Where's that picture?
If it belongs there, what?
It's not yours.
This is exactly what you're trying to do.
Why is he here? Hey, they have not been sworn in or voted on to be added. They cannot be
Who are these 2 guys now? They're not on the list. They have no way of not been voted
to a position. They are not allowed to sit here.
What did he say?
Who the hell is running this thing? Please explain to me why.
What happened? Guys, what happened? Where is the civility in this town? That man died for this town. How in the world can we show utter disrespect again to this man? You break my heart. That was a good man. And you take a memorial away. I just don't get it. I just don't get it.
Listen to the people.
That hurts.
Listen to the people. Listen to the people.
Wow.
She's not a people person.
Township of Rockaway special meeting of September 14th, 2018 is now called to order.
He's not a member. He needs to be.
Excuse me, Mrs. Gregg. This is the first time I'm going to ask you to stop calling out. I called the meeting to order. I will ask you respectfully once. The second time, I will respectfully ask you to leave because you are interrupting a government meeting. Order. Order in the room. All stand, please, for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll have a moment of silence to remember the service and sacrifices of the armed services members who protect our nation and the first responders who protect our neighborhoods. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Quinn?
Here.
Councilmember Friedlander?
Here.
Councilmember Puzzio?
Here.
Councilmember Palumbo?
Here.
Councilmember Smith?
Here.
Councilmember Sackett?
Here.
Councilmember Kelly?
Here.
Acting Council President Abrahamson?
Here.
Acting Mayor Jevnak? This special meeting was called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Law. Notices of this meeting were sent out to the official newspapers, the Daily Record, and the Star Ledger on September 12, 2018. In addition, copies of the notice were posted on the official bulletin board in the municipal building and filed in the office of the municipal clerk on the aforementioned date.
Designation of Sergeant of Arms. Township Code 2-5.15, decorum. While the council is in session, the members shall preserve order and decorum. The council president, at his or her discretion, shall direct the chief of police or such other person in the police department as he or she may designate it to be the sergeant of arms at the council meeting. The sergeant at arms shall employ reasonable means to maintain the proper order and decorum consistent with accepted standards. May I ask who is the sergeant of arms today, gentlemen?
I am.
Lieutenant Riley, thank you. Approval of minutes. We have no approval of minutes this meeting.
Point of order, Patty.
Point of order, you're not recognized. You can have your say at the reports. Point of order, I am not recognizing it. It could be read in the record. It can be read in the record at the council reports.
It needs to be read in the beginning.
No, it doesn't. I am running the meeting, and it's my meeting.
It will help.
You don't run your game by yourself. It's not a dictatorship. We can all talk.
Go smoother, Miss
We can all talk.
Defer to the end of new business. Number 8, mayor appointments. John Inglesino Esquire and the firm S. Inglesino Webster was
Read the statement. Let them do the meeting.
I make a motion. Do I have a second? John Inglesino, Esquire, at the firm Inglesino, Webster, Wascala, Taylor, and LLC as Township Attorney. I make a motion. Do I have a second?
We skipped 7. Why did we skip the stuff on 7?
I would.
It's her meeting. We skipped stuff on 7.
Smith made a second.
Don't upset the bus driver. Skip 7. Stuff on 7.
Sorry. Second was Mrs. Smith. Mrs. Smith was a second.
Councilmember Quinn?
No.
Councilmember Friedlander?
I'm challenging the validity of this meeting, so I will abstain.
Councilmember Puzio?
I also am challenging the validity of this meeting, and I wanted to read that statement in to explain.
Okay, we're going to continue with the
So it's
roll.
an-
Councilmember Palumbo?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith? Councilmember Sackett?
We respectfully request that this be read into the record at the start of the meeting.
Okay.
Please be advised that Councilmember Sackett.
You're not recognized.
I object to the meeting for a violation of the Open Public Meetings Act. Relating to the issue of the official notice subject matter, it was never contemplated that the township governing body notices at 10 p.m. enclosed municipal buildings and contact newspapers after 10 p.m. with no chance of having a notice published on the date the notice is delivered to the newspaper.
Yes.
In addition, the only subject matter, this special meeting that is special is the election of the mayor. The rest of the agenda is not special and is not legally the proper subject of a special meeting. As such, we neither recognize nor condone, nor will we participate voting relative to any other item on the agenda except to vote for the appointment of a new mayor, which we also object to since it should have been taken on the dates that were requested by the letters of Councilman Quinn.
You're not
In
recognized.
addition, since the status of the Atchison First Council litigation has not been provided to us, we assert that no council person is qualified to vote respecting any agenda issues involving Mr. Inglesino and the current township attorney.
I will abstain.
Abstain. Okay. Called.
Based on our statement, I will abstain.
Thank you.
Councilmember Puzio?
Abstention. Thank you for actually listening to the people.
Councilmember Palumbo?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith?
Big surprise.
Councilmember Sackett?
Abstain.
There you go.
Councilmember Kelly?
Yes.
Acting Council Vice President Abrahamson?
Yes.
Acting Mayor Jedennak?
Yes.
He can't vote.
Allison Ferrante as Township Engineer. I make the motion.
Second.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Quinn?
As this is an illegal meeting, I will abstain. Based on our statement, I will abstain.
Thank you.
I abstain as well.
Councilmember Palumbo?
Yes.
Councilmember Smith? Yes. Councilmember Sackett?
I abstain to this bogus meeting.
There you go.
Acting Council Vice President Abrahamson?
Yes.
Of course. Acting Mayor Jedennak?
Who can't
Yes.
vote? We can't vote.
Resolution R-18-140, resolution granting authorization to retain professional services John Inglesino Esquire, and the firm Inglesino, Webster, Wiscalla, and Taylor, LLC as Township Attorney. I make the motion.
We don't
Do I have
want
a
them.
second?
Invalid.
Second.
I'm not paying my taxes.
Invalid.
Councilmember Quinn.
As this is an illegal meeting, I will abstain.
Councilmember Friedlander.
Based on the statement, I abstain.
Councilmember Cluzio.
Based on the statement, I abstain.
Councilmember Palumbo.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith. Councilmember Sackett.
Yakafano and Perot are my town attorney. I abstain.
Acting Council President Abrahamson.
Yes.
Acting Mayor Jedenach.
Who cares?
Resolution 18-141, resolution terminating the professional service agreement with Yakafano and Perone. I make the motion.
30 days notice.
30 days.
30 days notice.
Jeff, we have a second.
I did.
Kelly, call the roll.
Councilmember Quinn.
As this is an illegal meeting, I will abstain.
Councilmember Friedlander.
Based on our statement read, I will abstain from this vote.
Councilmember Cluzio.
Once again, due to the validity of the meeting, I abstain.
Councilmember Palumbo.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes. Of course.
Councilmember Sackett.
Due to this shady meeting, I'm abstaining.
Acting Council President Abrahamson.
Yes.
Of course. Acting Mayor Jedenach.
No vote.
No
Resolution
integrity.
18-142, resolution granting authorization to retain professional services Michael Lavery Esquire on the firm Lavery, Salvaggi, Abramides, and Cohen as conflict counsels. I motion by Maxwell. I make the motion.
Don't want it.
Have a second? Smith second.
How much did you save now?
As this is an illegal meeting, I will abstain.
Councilmember Friedlander.
Based on our statement, I will abstain from this vote.
Councilmember Cluzio.
Based on our statement, I will abstain as well.
Thank you.
Councilmember Palumbo. Councilmember Smith. Councilmember Sackett.
This meeting is a joke.
Resign already.
Acting Mayor Jedenach.
Yes.
No vote.
At this juncture, resolution 18-147 will defer to the end of new business. I'm going to, before I get back, start with the next item on the agenda, I'm going to take a 10-minute recess.
You're not in session. Stay awake, fellas.
Get your lawyers ready. Get your lawyers ready.
Go get your next message to tell.
Out there, the new officers.
Can't get back in.
Get your lawyers. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Are they leaving?
No, he's not leaving. You're not leaving.
We're taking a 5-minute break.
Yeah, well, last time they did that, they snuck out the map.
Nana, would you please hold the Bible for your husband?
Don't accept.
Vice President Abrahamson?
Yes.
President Jedenach?
Yes, motion carries.
No vote.
Next item on the agenda, ordinance is to adopt, the notice of the ordinance to adopt was for yesterday due to the changing date of this meeting. That will be deferred until the next meeting at which appropriate notice can be given for that ordinance. We're moving on to the consent agenda. On the consent agenda, I am removing item R-18-165, as I understand it needs a little bit more work. So we will be voting on resolution R-18-148 through, well, I'll read them, I'll just read them. 148, 149, 150, 152, 153, 154, 155, 156, 157, 158, 163, and 164. Is there a motion to move the consent agenda as described?
So moved.
Motion by Abrahamson. Second by Mr. Kelly. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Quinn?
Based on the fact that this is...
Based on our statement earlier, I will abstain. Based on the illegality of this meeting, I abstain.
Councilmember Smith?
Yes.
Councilmember Sackett?
There's one more opportunity to vote, Mr. Sackett.
I'll think about it. Give me a second. Just reading it over.
This is the second time I'm asking for your vote, Mr. Sackett. Mr. Sackett, it's not appropriate for you to have your cell phone out this meeting. You have one more opportunity, Mr. Sackett, to vote. You'll be cast as an abstention.
Where's that administrative code?
Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm going to abstain. Obviously, this meeting is illegal.
Continue.
Councilmember Kelly?
Yes.
Vice President Abrahamson?
Yes.
President Jedenach?
Yes. Motion carries. With regard to reports, I'm going to reverse the order so that our new interim mayor, Mr. Manena, can speak first, and before he does so, I'll simply say congratulations to you, our interim mayor.
Yeah,
Microphone forward to you. Is there any statements you'd like to make? Feel free.
Testing. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'd like to thank the county committee who recognized my experience and my abilities and placed me on the ballot first. I want you to know that I don't relish the thought because of the way for many years with Mike Dotchison. He was a friend and a colleague, and his passing is something that has affected everybody in this town and beyond. I called him Mike, he called me Paulie. There's only 3 people on this planet that's ever called me Paulie, and one of them was Mike. There isn't a day that goes by that I walk into ShopRite or I drive down the street and I don't think about that big lump of a guy who was our mayor. And I hope that I can in some way fill his shoes for the next 45 days and bring some peace back to this community. I'm going to ask everybody to do the same thing. We need to all step back a moment and let this council get together. And I will do my best. To get both sides together so that Rockaway Township is served first. Thank you.
Get rid of the ice cream.
Thank you for your comments.
Council reports, we will go in the roll call order. Mr. Quinn, do you have any report?
No, based on the fact that this is a
Councilmember Friedlander, do you have a report?
No committee reports, but I just want to wish all the Jewish citizens a happy and a healthy Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, which is the Day of Atonement. Thank you.
Good job.
Statement into the record.
It's your report, Mr. Lucio.
Thank you very much. It is my understanding that Mr. Jedniak was a lame duck acting mayor. Also, any nominee other than me who may be appointed by the council tonight can also be rightfully called a lame duck mayor, as that person's term as a Republican mayor will end on November 6, 2018. Please be aware that any appointments of any township officials of which I do not approve that may be made by a lame duck mayor will be rejected by me if and when I am elected mayor in November. As such, I specifically disapprove of all mayoral appointments before they are made by any lame duck mayor, and reserve my rights, if and only if elected mayor, to make appointments of my choice and not be saddled with appointments which may be made by people who know that they will not be the Republican candidate in the 2018 November election. While it is my intention to promote unity in the township, it is not my intention to allow persons who seek to take advantage of the death of Michael Datchison to promote their own personal and political agendas by usurping the rights that I may obtain through the support of the voters of Rockaway Township on November 6th. I am disappointed despite the fact that I am the Republican Party's nominee for November. I have not been consulted by Acting Mayor Jedniak or any member of his voting bloc regarding to who my preferred appointments for various township officials may be if I am elected as a Republican mayor. Unfortunately, it has become more and more clear to me that Mr. Jedniak and his current voting bloc intends to treat me and any rights I may secure through the ballot in the same way that he and they work day and night to abuse the mayoral rights of Mayor Michael Datchison.
As some of you know, I was against this meeting. Some of the emails that I've been getting over the last few days about this meeting, I want to read them to record. Some emails that I sent.
Councilmember Sackett, your time is limited.
Okay. I sent this yesterday at 7:52 in the morning, and I never got a response. Council President, I respectfully request this meeting be canceled. We are currently in the days of awe between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, the holiest of holidays in the Jewish religion. To hold a meeting during the Sabbath is disrespectful to the Jewish religion. It's like having a meeting on Easter or Christmas or Good Friday. I know that won't happen. Please postpone this meeting. She never responded. Today I got an email from a town resident, 45-year resident, Pat and Alan Bader. Dear council members, I feel it's necessary to inform you how disenfranchised I feel by the scheduling of this 10:30 meeting, September 14, 2018, on the Jewish Sabbath. It appears obvious to me that this is purposely done to force observant Jews to choose between observing our Sabbath and participating in the business of our town. This is disgraceful, to put it mildly. Such a simple way of reducing the attendees at the meeting. Of course, many seniors cannot attend because of the late hour, further reducing the attendees. Then there are young people who cannot find babysitters at the late hour, further reducing the attendees. There are others who will be unable to attend because of timing. You get my point. You can check my tax records and see I've lived in Rockaway for 45 years and never missed paying my taxes or other bills. I voted regularly. I've witnessed many events in our township, but never anything so awful as the things happening now. I'm aware that not all members of the council are responsible and will be noted when I vote. I probably voted for some of you who are now trying to destroy our town, but I won't do that again. I also want you to know that I never want Johnny Messina to do anything in or for Rockaway Township. Hiring him will only make us his cash cow. Stop playing games and get back to the job you're elected to do, making sure our town runs smoothly and meeting the needs of the citizens, a disgusted taxpayer and citizen, Tricia Bader. That's my statement.
I do, and I'll make it pretty simple. Your time is also limited, Mr. Dillon. I understand. September 10th, before we had 9/11, we had a tragedy in Lake Telemark over on Winding Brook Way. Roughly about 2:30 in the afternoon, there was a call coming in from smoke and flames from an individual's house, the Riedells. By about 3 o'clock, they had lost their home. Fortunately, when they left in the morning, everybody had left out of the home. The 2 parents and the 3 children, 6, 4, and the ages of 2 and 24 months. Only to come back losing everything instead. Belongings, clothes, pictures, photos, memories, all of that stuff. So though we have a little bit of diversity going on right now with the political things back and forth and what people think of partying and what's going on, things like this, I believe, in my personal opinion, are far more greater of attendance and need to assess these people for what's going on. So I ask, there's many fundraisers that are taking place. There's 2 GoFundMe. There's also Lake Telemark Community Club that's put together a collection. There's the Holy Trinity Lutheran Church that's taking place, as well as KDM and then other principals from other schools within our district that are here. Again, they have children that are 6, 4, and 24 months old, and they had lost everything. So they're currently looking for residency. The insurance company's been very helpful. They are in Morristown right now living with their family for the moment. Transportation and our school district is assisting with their 6-year-old son to be transported from Morristown to KDM school so that it keeps a normalcy in their life. So if any of you here have it in you, please go online, please contact your schools, or other local officials, schools, or our elected officials. Nickels, dimes, you know, nothing's too small, nothing's too large to assist these people in this need, to bring back a little bit of normalcy in their life that we kind of forget about. So just think about that, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Council Vice President Abrahamson, do you have anything to report?
Just today's senior picnic. It was another wonderful event. The rain held off. It was nice.
Could you use a microphone, please?
I can't hear.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. We only have one microphone between 2 people. Today's event for the senior picnic, it's been going on for years, at least 20 years, at least, if not more, right? More. It gets bigger every year. The town employees, and please, Ms. Weaver, let them all know, they do an excellent job. The girls in recreation, I can't name them, there's so many that collaborate, that get the door prizes, get them up there, coordinate the tents. And this year we had a band. There was a band that was up there. And to watch all our golden age seniors getting up and dancing is such a pleasure. And it was a pleasure for me to be there once again. And I encourage anybody that is of age to get there next year. There were great door prizes, food was excellent, and a lot of volunteers from this dais were there, and other residents in the community I noticed were up there helping. Thank you.
Thank you, Council. Excuse me, if Is there a question on the record?
You know what, I just
If
wanted
there's not a question on the record, then please save it for after the meeting. If there is, please use the microphone.
You reminded me of something I forgot today. Mr. Quinn, you were very missed. People were asking for you all day, just so you know.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Council Vice President Abraham. Do you have anything else?
No,
I don't know, why don't you let her know?
I'm just, like I said, we had some promotions this week, some police promotions that were able to move things up and make room at the bottom that were found. It was found by finance that we could make these moves due to some retirements. So that's a great thing.
Thank you, Council Vice President Abrahamson. I too have a few things to read into the record. Fellow Rockaway Township residents, we are here tonight to conduct important business of our community, including the selection of an interim mayor. We also continue to keep the late Mayor Jackson and his family in our thoughts and prayers. As many of you know, I became acting mayor pursuant to section 2-3.5 of our township code when Mayor Jackson suddenly and tragically passed away. This provision in our code has been in effect since 1992 and has governed our township through 3 previous vacancies since that time. I held the title of acting mayor until the appointment of a new successor mayor pursuant to the municipal vacancy law. As the acting mayor, both our township code and holdover attorney, Mr. Iacofano, expressly advised that I possessed all the duties and powers of the mayor. Thus, over the past 4 weeks, since August 15th, I have, among other things, reviewed and approved numerous stacks of bills to be paid so that local government services can continue to function during this transition period. I have approved the payment of payroll and benefits for our employees who work so hard for our residents. I have approved the payment of our tax bills to be paid to the county and school boards, which the municipality is required to collect on their behalf. I approved the promotions of a lieutenant and 2 sergeants within the police department and paved the way for 2 new police officers to be hired and to enter into the next police academy class. I facilitated multiple neighborhoods in obtaining assistance with JCP&L power issues, water drainage problems, road work and paving problems, broken street lamps and poles. I approved a state exemption approval for one of our local firefighters who recently achieved more than 6 years of responding to at least 60% of emergency calls in town, which entitles him to certain benefits upon retirement, including acceptance into the New Jersey Fireman's Home medical facility. I conducted the welcome at the 2018 senior picnic this afternoon. I appointed a municipal engineer after posting and having interviews conducted. The first time in years that a department head position has been posted, that interviews have been conducted. We have important commercial and residential projects in this town that can now move forward now that we have a municipal engineer appointed again. I appointed a conflicts counsel, which we have never had, and a township attorney, so that we can obtain impartial legal advice that is grounded in the law. Now that a successor mayor has been selected, I have resumed my role as council president. Over these past few weeks, I have focused on the governance of our township, and I've done my best to ensure that Rockaway Township is in the best position possible to meet its challenges going forward. I would also remind you that none of the members of this governing body are up for re-election this year, and so we will all be here representing the township's interests through the end of 2019. At the special meeting held on August 22nd, the council publicly stated that it would defer action on the appointment and confirmation of a new township attorney until this evening. The township attorney plays a vital role in our government. Every year, the mayor must nominate a township attorney and confirm the township attorney. As I have stated many times in the past, I do not have confidence in Mr. Iacofano as our township attorney. In fact, Mr. Iacofano did not have the support of this council. That is why he wasn't past January 2nd, at our reorganization meeting, the mayor nominated Mr. Iacofano to the position of Township Attorney. The council voted no on Mr. Iacofano's appointment by a vote of 6-3. This means Mr. Iacofano was a holdover and could be replaced at any time by nomination from the appointing authorities and the vote of the council. It was my strong view that Mr. Iacofano needed to be replaced immediately. Mr. Iacofano has repeatedly provided this governing body with incorrect and inconsistent legal opinions. In many cases, it has been apparent to me that his opinions were not honest expressions of law, but opinions designed to advance a political agenda. That consent and gave clear direction to stay out of that private litigation. Mr. Iacofano won that direction. The only thing that has changed since 2015 is the political makeup of this council, and that should not change the legal advice given by the Township Attorney. This July, Mr. Iacofano sent us, second example, this July, Mr. Iacofano sent us a written memo stating that the council did not have the authority to approve a order for a separation of status. Once again, the plain language of the law directly contradicts Mr. Iacofano's written memo. And the acting clerk appointed by the council sits here today, has been processed by payroll, obtains benefits from this town, and is an employee. There are numerous other examples of Mr. Iacofano's incompetence and poor judgment. Over the next 15 years, we may have 3 mayors, but this council will remain the same and provide the continuity and direction needed until a new mayor is elected by the board. Therefore, it is vitally important that this council have faith and confidence in the Township Attorney. This council does not and will not have faith in Mr. Iacofano. Therefore, it is time to replace him with someone who we did have faith in. Someone who has the legal credentials to do the job, someone who knows this town, its people, and its challenge. That is why I nominated Mr. John Agostino and his wife. Mr. Agostino needs little introduction to
Your time is up.
Mr. Agostino needs little introduction to Rockaway Township. Credentials for this position are as important as they are impressive. If you yell out one more time,
Gonna come remotely?
in 2010, Mr. Ward, if you yell out one more time, you'll be removed. Okay. Sergeant at Arms, remove Mr. Waters. He yelled out. And there's the one who yelled out just behind him. She was warned as well.
Your time is up, Jeremy.
I just said, I didn't mean this is done and this is done. I have the wrong name. This is not this take or see. I made the wrong name. I read the wrong name. Inglesino Webster. Today, his firm is a mid-sized law firm comprised of 20 attorneys with offices in Parsippany. Mr. Inglesino served as township Please remove Stacy Gregg. Please remove Mrs. Gregg from the meeting.
Here, take my size.
Please remove Mrs. Gregg from the meeting.
It's a legal appointment. Thank you, guys. You did wrong. You did wrong.
Please remove Mrs. Gregg from the meeting. She continues to yell out. Please, this is your one warning, Mrs. Platts. I hear you back there. The two ladies in green who are yelling out. This is your one warning. Thank you. Okay, in the glasses, second row, this is your one warning. If you yell out again, you'll be asked to leave. Second to last row. Mr. Inglesino served as township in the green shirt. This is your one warning. Miss, yes, right there, yelling out. Yes, please don't yell out. Mr. Inglesino served as township attorney for Parsippany Troy Hills from 2010 to 2017. He currently represents numerous municipalities as special counsel, planning board attorney, zoning board attorney, special redevelopment attorney, and affordable housing attorney. Those municipalities include Florham Park, Morristown, Fairfield, Nutley, Belleville, Pumpkin Lakes, and the city of Bayonne. Mr. Inglesino serves as general counsel to the Morris County Insurance Fund. He is the general counsel for North Jersey Water Commission and special sewer litigation counsel to the Township of Lopatcom. He is a former associate counsel to the New Jersey League of Municipalities. From 2005 through 2007, Mr. Inglesino served as the lead counsel to the Federal Monitor at the University of Medicine and Dentistry. He was instrumental in rooting out corruption and recommending to ensure that UMDNJ remained open and became law-abiding. Mr. Inglesino and his firm also represent private parties in real estate development, litigation, healthcare, and a plethora of other matters. He's also been recognized by Best Lawyers since 2013. Many know Mr. Inglesino as one of this town's former mayors. Mr. Inglesino served as Rockaway Township as an elected leader for 14 years. He served 2 years as the township's second ward councilman from 1994 through 1995. He served 6.5 years as our mayor from 1996 through to April of 2002. And he served for nearly 7 as an elected member of the Morris County Freeholder Board from 2001 through 2007. As mayor, Mr. Inglesino worked cooperatively and effectively to accomplish a lot of great things for Rockaway. Some of his accomplishments include introduced 5 budgets with no tax increases, 0. Increased Rockaway Township's bond rating to AA3. Establish Rockaway Township's Open Space Trust Fund and preserve 3,000 acres of open space right here in Rockaway Township. Initiated historic partnerships with Picatinny Arsenal. The aquatic park that he pioneered, Frog Falls, has been successful and has endured, and just last year, Rockaway Township's bonds were fully paid off, fully with user fees only. Mr. Inglesino worked hard to attract quality ratables to appropriate areas of our township. He strongly opposed a proposed 180,000 square foot shopping center on what is now Fox Hills. In fact, Mr. Inglesino worked with the developer and our community to create the Fox Hills development, which has been an enormous success and has become an enormous place of pride for our community. We all love Fox Hills. Mayor Inglesino.
Against it. And I'll
Okay,
leave.
Mrs. Howell, that's your one more name. Once again, we all love Fox Hills. Mayor Inglesino reduced the Pondview development to reduce its impact on Rockaway Township.
Next on the agenda.
What do you see?
I have two letters of support here on behalf of Mr. Inglesino. One is from Parsifany's former mayor, James Barberi. And another is from former council president and current municipal chair Lou Valori. I won't read the letters now, but I'm happy to this meeting so that anyone can read them. And if you know anything about those two gentlemen, you'll know that historically they have not seen eye to eye on very much, but they have seen eye to eye on Mr. Inglesino and his qualifications as an attorney. Mr. Inglesino is eminently qualified to serve our community once again in the important capacity of township attorney. He knows Rockaway Township well, as evidenced by his past service to our community, and he proved an ability to work cooperatively and effectively to get great things done for Rockaway Township. And that is why I asked this council to vote for Mr. Inglesino. In light of related social media postings, I would like Mr. Inglesino to address Fox Hills and Pondview Estates. Mr. Inglesino, you can pull a microphone.
Time is limited.
What's his time?
Thank you, Mr. Council President. It's good to be back. Let me say that I'm not a social media person. I don't read social media. However, people have come to me with regard to postings regarding Fox Hills. Appreciate the opportunity to comment on that because I spent a great deal of time on that particular project. Back when I was elected to the council in 1993, 1994, we had a special election in town for an interim mayor. Mayor Mataloni won that election, and while he was serving as mayor, a gentleman by the name of Mort Solkine came forward before the community and proposed a shopping center for the property which is now Fox Hills. It was a 180,000 square foot shopping center that was proposed. As a member of the council at that time, my support for that
Rockaway Township today?
project
Hey, this is your one warning, sir.
was solicited. I did not support the project. The concept there was that they were trying to get a vote from the planning board to support a zone change to go to the council. The planning board rejected the zone change, and it never moved forward until I was elected in 1995. I took office in 1996. And Mr. Solkine approached my administration wanting to renew efforts for the shopping center, which we opposed. went back to Mr. Solkine and said that we didn't want commercial development north of Route 80, and that wasn't going to fly, but we wanted to do something very, very special and something long-lasting for the township. And that was how Fox Hills was conceived, so that it would be a beautiful place where people who raise their families in Rockaway Township could go if they wanted as a housing option, where they could live in an environment where hopefully they feel like they're on vacation, and something that would be really a crown jewel for the community.
You yell out once more, Ms. Selber, or you'll be asked to leave.
My relationship with Mr. Solkine was not the best until he decided to cooperate and build a vision that we shared for that site. There have been some efforts to revise history in that regard, but I wanted people to hear from me what in fact actually happened. And 20 years later or so, I'm proud to say that Fox Hills is still a very, very beautiful community. And I know a lot of great people who live there, and a lot of people who raise their families in Rockaway Township have found Fox Hills as a really nice alternative to live in their golden years. And it's a project that I'm proud of, and so I hope that the folks that are trying to revise history would refrain from doing it and appreciate the opportunity to address that.
Thank you, Mr. Inglesino. With regard to the appointment of Conflicts Counsel, Mr. Michael Lavery. Mr. Michael Lavery is the founding partner of Lavery, Selvaggi, Abramedes, and Cohen, and the director of the firm's municipal government practice. Mr. Lavery is considered one of the state's foremost attorneys in the area of municipal government law. He presently represents numerous government entities and serves as special counsel to the County of Warren for open space and farmland preservation. Mr. Lavery has been appointed to be the township attorney for Hardwick, Lopatcom, Mansfield, Oxford, Greenwich, and Washington, Warren County, special counsel to Parsippany Troy Hills and Mine Hill Township, as well as attorney for the Frelinghuysen Township Land Use Board, the Chester Township Zoning Board of Adjustment, and the Warren County Soil Conservation District. Mr. Lavery is also a seasoned land use attorney. He is recognized by land use boards throughout northern New Jersey and respected for his thorough understanding of the New Jersey municipal land use law. In his professional approach when appearing before local and administrative boards. His knowledge of both land use law and local government law uniquely qualifies him as an excellent choice for those applications that demand a competent and thoughtful strategy and goal. Mr. Lavery is also an accomplished litigator, having represented numerous clients in numerous civil and commercial matters in state and federal courts. He offers clients zealous representation tempered by a practical and sound approach to effectively resolving disputes. Mr. Lavery was the mayor of Hackettstown for 2 terms from 2005 to 2011. On June 25, 2015, he was appointed by the governor to serve as a commissioner for the Delaware River Joint Toll Bridge Commission, and a year later he was elected chairman of the commission. These experiences enable him to assist in navigating aspects of state and local government. His counsel is often sought by those trying to secure approvals from regulatory and administrative agencies in northern New Jersey and in Trenton. And that is whom I have appointed earlier and confirmed by this council to be our conflicts counsel, the first conflicts counsel that this township has ever had. I have one more set of comments with regard to Ms. Allison Ferrante, our township engineer. As I stated earlier, the position became vacant during my time as acting mayor. We posted that vacancy. The first time that a posting for a department head that I've seen in the 5 years that I have been on this council. Resumes were collected. A committee was formed. Interviews were conducted. And I took the recommendation of that committee, and I appointed Ms. Allison Ferrante to be the municipal engineer for Rockaway Township, which will allow us to move forward on the many commercial and residential projects we have. I will also note that she has more licenses than our previous engineer, and we wish her well in the position, and we look forward to all the excellent work that she will continue to do for us, as she already has during her time and tenure with Rockaway Township. Thank you, Ms. Ferrante, for that. All the comments that I made were with regards to the appointments that were made. Next, we will have open to the public. Would anyone like to take a recess? Yes. We will recess for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I did. I gotta go to the bathroom.